Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 2024. Historically, Marion County starts out the Board of Supervisor organizational meeting by me in recent years to open the session at 9 a.m. First item on the agenda is to select the 2024 board chair and approve authorization to sign for official county business. I would love to receive a motion or discussion so we can move forward.
I'll make a motion that we select Mark Ramey as board chair for 2024.
I'll second.
We have a motion for Mark Ramey to be the chair for 2024. And we have a second. A roll call vote, please. McCombs?
Aye.
Ramey?
Aye.
Donner?
Aye.
Well, you're nodding at me, Jake, so that
Well,
it's like
you can
I'm supposed to vote.
You can vote for,
Say
I'm
no.
saying that you can vote for your.
I know,
situations
I
like
know,
this, you
I
don't-
know.
don't
Well,
think you have
thank
to
you.
abstain. All right, so with that,
Jake, are you done talking?
I joyfully turn this meeting over to the Board of Supervisors.
All right, thanks, Jake. All right, item number 2, select a vice chair for county business. Steve, Keisha, who would like to do that this year?
I'll make a motion that we
Did we
select
Steve?
Keisha Johnson as vice chair.
Saw that one coming.
What's that?
You gotta be fast.
You gotta be fast.
You be
I
quick
did,
on-
I did say.
All right,
You're making that motion?
I will second that.
Okay, so the motion, just to be clear, is for Keisha to be
Keisha.
chair, or vice
Vice
chair,
chair.
excuse me. Okay. Ramey?
Aye.
Johnner?
Aye.
McComb?
Aye.
All right, very good. Set our meeting dates and times for 2024. We're second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Board, any discussion or changes or keep it the same?
I think we ought to keep it the same. I'm used to that.
I'm fine with that.
Is that a motion, Steve?
That's a motion.
We're gonna get the most motions out of Steve
Yeah.
we get in a meeting
He's on a roll.
right now.
These meetings work for us in our office for the claim cycle. We, not having it on a Monday, we appreciate. I also appreciate not doing evenings.
Okay.
So at least for our office, I haven't heard from anybody else, but
We-
it works really good.
I was gonna say, we've never received really a lot of comment from the public on
No.
time, have we? Anybody? Okay. All right. Steve, you got a motion to keep it at second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 9 a.m. Keisha, is that a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Johnner?
Aye.
McCombs?
Aye.
Ramey?
Aye. Designate the official county publication source for 2024. We have Marion County Express has submitted a request to become that. I think that's the only
Yeah, we did
official
not
request we've received, Jake,
We did
right?
not receive one from the Oskaloosa Herald or the Des Moines Register.
Okay, board discussion.
Nope, I've been completely satisfied with Marion County Express. Make that motion to
Okay.
approve.
Second.
McCombs?
Aye.
Ramey?
Aye.
Johnner?
Aye.
Good, thank you. Resolution 2024-1. 2024. Maximum depository thresholds for county funds. Michaela, anything you want to tee up here, or I know we made it, we adjusted just a few months ago, didn't we?
Right, yeah, I think October and November, we already visited this and made some adjustments that needed to be done based on the rate environment and some shifting that we needed to do to really maximize that. So really, I didn't make a lot of changes to the treasurer depository maxes. Obviously, to be clear, for people that are looking at those numbers, we don't have that much money. I wish we did. I'd be really, really popular. But what those maximums set is how much we are able to put in any particular bank at any particular time. And some of those are set a little bit high because for the months of, August, September, March, January, June, tax sale time, we do have more that we store in the bank just temporarily as we're taking in tax collections and then holding that money, getting ready to apportion it back out. So.
Okay, very good. Board, any questions or discussion?
Nope.
Make the motion to approve resolution 2024-1.
Second.
Jake?
Ramey?
Aye.
Johnner?
Aye.
McCombs?
Aye.
And Jake, we also are audited
Yeah.
on
Oh,
approving it.
they definitely, they check these, so.
Yep, very good. Thank you. We got Farm to Market Resolution 2024-2. Tyler, you want to add anything to this? It's pretty standard.
Yeah, this is pretty standard. I guess this authorizes me to complete the full process of administering farm to market projects. And also allows us to perform some of the online administration that has come to light in the last couple of years as well with these projects.
Okay, very good.
Make a
Steve?
motion, we approve resolution 2024-2.
Second.
All right, Jake?
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Very good, thank you. All right, the appointment of our ADA coordinator, that currently is Steve Edwards. We do give Steve a stipend to do this American, it's the Disability Act function for the county.
I don't remember what that,
It's
I- I-
$2,000.
I would say it was like 2,000, wasn't it, Jake?
It's been that way forever.
Yeah.
does he have to do quite a bit of reporting for that?
I do not know.
Steve, are you on? He's not on.
His car wasn't.
Okay. Any,
I don't
Any-
have any problem with it.
yeah, he hasn't called anybody to say he doesn't want to do it. And I don't think there's a ton of reporting. So I think the last time he really got involved with the county project was the elevator project, when we did the remodel to make sure that that was conforming to ADA standards. Jason, anything out at the jail?
Obviously, the new constructions along those lines and stuff, but, he hasn't mentioned about not wanting to do it, so I think he
Okay.
still does.
Okay,
Anytime we have a federal aid project, we have to reference our county's implementation plan for compliance with ADA. We don't have a lot of pedestrian facilities in our right of way, very few, so usually it's not an issue for us. But we
Okay.
do have some sidewalks and curb ramps and buses in
Okay.
some of our communities.
All right.
And ours are addressed through the jail inspection side of it and stuff at the jail for that facility.
Right. And Kim, do we have anything at public health that? Okay. Okay. All right, board?
Make a motion to appoint Steve Edwards as the ADA coordinator and set his compensation at $2,000.
Second.
Motion and support. Okay.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
All right, thank you. We got resolution 2024-3, which is our deputy officer appointments. Sheriff Sample.
Yeah, the next six agenda items are here, the ones we do every year at this time. So that's just for our resolution to approve the appointment of the sheriff's deputies is the first one here.
Right, and nothing
Nope.
we need to add, okay.
Nothing on the.
Board, any discussion?
Yeah, I'm curious as to why do we have to approve them every year if they're already on the payroll?
It's a good question, Steve. I don't know the real answer to that. I really don't know.
Wow.
So it's
What's
been-
the-
Ever
we
since I've
always-
been sheriff,
So
we do it.
There's different interpretations a little bit out there. A lot of counties, well, all counties are having sessions like today, but it was determined some time ago that it was best practice that these official appointments be made, and then if new hires come on even throughout the way, if there's any question down the road for enforcement or court, all these then have been set up, and it also just puts it in stone for insurance.
Okay.
So interpreting the code and what it says has to be passed by resolution to setting these deputies and things of that nature.
So-
So it was just decided we were going to err on the
Again,
side
a
of
good
caution
answer, Jake.
and do it every time.
And then Jake, if Jason hires somebody midterm, do we have to amend this?
We've done it.
We have in the
We
past.
Yeah, I
have
was gonna
been,
say, I
yeah.
thought we have,
It
so.
kind of depends a little bit. They look ahead, like if we're close to this time of year, they may wait, but if it's a mid-year, we have definitely done that in the past.
Yeah,
And we'll get to it down here on the reserves.
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll have changes on the reserve side of it. And mostly we don't do it so often if somebody leaves, but if somebody comes on, then we try to do it.
okay, very good. Board?
Motion to approve resolution 2024-3.
Second.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
All right, Jason, you're up, 2024-4.
Yep, the next one here is the one that I was, this is in regards to our appointment of our sheriff's reserves. I will just take a quick moment here, since we are going through this. We have definitely over the years, utilized, well, as Steve knows, for many, many years, Steve was one of our reserves. And I can't thank them publicly enough for the amount of times that, obviously, the main thing is our Knoxville Nationals and the races and stuff throughout the summer, but if we have a missing person, if we have a water rescue, if we're trying to sit on a house with a search warrant or different things. I'm very lucky that we have a great group of reserves. They're constantly striving to be better in regards to what they do for our office, and very thankful.
Very good, excellent. We appreciate their service.
Yes,
as
and
well.
it's not only the fact that they want to do it, they have to be certified through the state.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
ask,
it's,
Steve. You have
it
to go
used to,
through
the
that,
old
yeah.
days of, hey, raise your right hand, I'll swear you in as reserve are gone. So it's a time commitment. I mean, for the $1 a year that we give them through the county side of it, obviously they do get paid when they work the track or different things, but the amount of time and the effort that they're away from their families and what they do. And we, right now, every year we have election of board members for the reserves, and we just had the election, and that board meets once a month before the regular meetings on training and everything else. And they'll have a whole agenda of things that they go through that they want to accomplish and do a really good job.
Excellent, excellent. Board, is there a motion?
Make motion to approve resolution 2024-4.
Second.
Jake?
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye, very good. Thank you. Jason, 2024-5.
Next one is Lieutenant Reed Caius is our jail administrator. He's done a fabulous job on that. Don't foresee changing that anytime soon in the aspect of, since he is doing such a great job. And then obviously with the jailers, but this is just, once again, like Jake kind of said, for the liability aspect of things, we need somebody that's in charge per se, and that's Lieutenant Caius.
All right, very good. Board?
Yep. Make motion to approve resolution 2024-5.
Second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
24-6.
So this is one of those unknown kind of job duties that come along a lot, but our sheriff sales a lot of times. And in regards to Jenny is our civil clerk there, and she's in charge of when people come in and do bids in regards to the sheriff sales and different things. This gives her the authorization to accept those.
Okay, excellent. Board?
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2024-6.
A second.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
And 2024-7.
Jailers. This is a list of our current jailers that we have in regards to working back in the jail. And obviously for the purpose of serving court-related papers, we have to go through this process to the inmates. It used to be that we used to have to call in deputies from out on the road to come in and serve papers when somebody was getting out of jail or in the jail. So we've streamlined that and made it more efficient to just let jailers do it.
Check your tops here,
What do I have?
Jake.
Which one?
So we got 2024-6 and 2024-7. Look at the titles.
Sheriff Civil Processor. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so the heading for 2024-7. I think that they do kind of call this that, even though this is for the jailers, because they is allowing them to process
Okay, I just
those
want to make sure.
civil papers.
Yes.
We got the
Yep,
same.
good catch.
Okay, all right.
But we have the different
Yes,
things on.
just want to make sure.
Yep,
All
that's
right,
good.
very good. Is there a motion, board?
Make motion to approve resolution 2024-7.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Very good, thank you.
And the last one allows Jenny to sign those sheriff's deeds that we talked about. So the official paperwork.
Excellent. All right, board?
I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-8.
I'll second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
Thank you. I think
Alright.
that's all mine. Tyler,
Jason.
back up.
Thanks, Jason. Appointment designated county representative, federal DOT drug testing.
So in the past, you've always appointed me. I see you have my name up there.
Yeah.
On short notice here, I've done a little research, and I would make a recommendation that you appoint Tammy Van Gorp. She does a lot of the legwork. I also make a recommendation to provide a $2,000 a year stipend for this position. This appointment does serve 3 county departments, not just secondary roads. And Tammy does all the administration with our third-party consultant. So this is something, it's ultimately your decision. I make that recommendation. It varies amongst secondary roads on who's designated, but there are a lot of counties that do designate the office manager to be the drug and alcohol administrator.
I don't have an issue with that at all, board.
No, I don't have any problem with it.
It's fine. I'll make them.
So can I, sorry, Tyler and I just
Yep.
had a very brief conversation about this in the week. So there's just a couple of logistical things. Where does the $2,000 come from? Is it gonna come from the general fund?
Where does
or,
the ADA?
General fund at
Yeah.
Department 99? And I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that HR, that,
Yeah, I would say it would come from the
So-
same accounting designation.
because it's for all county departments.
Correct.
So that would be a separate stipend. We do those like weed commissioner and ADA, once a month, the flat rate, whatever the,
I think that would be fine.
both
Yeah.
on the second pay. I mean, that's what I think it would have to be without, I mean, I'm not opposed to this. Tyler and I had this conversation. It's just, we just would need to know. And then,
Logistically, how to.
Yeah,
I think for some sort of paperwork, you'd want something turned in that you would give us. We'd probably have to create a chart of account number or something, right?
sounds good.
So Department 90.
I would say
General
that.
fund.
Yeah.
So testing is new hires and quarterly randoms. And that's administered through our consultant. So they pick the third party we administer on our side. We also now comply with the federal motor carriers drug and alcohol clearinghouse. Any new hires are basically have a CDL background check that they go through in addition to the drug and alcohol screening. And then we do an annual query for all Marion County employees that have a CDL through that clearinghouse as well.
Right.
Basically, that's the Federal Motor Carrier Association's attempt to reveal any employees that are dodging drug tests and skipping between employers and whatnot, or dodging tests outside of working with Marion County. So if they have a second form of employment where they're utilizing their CDL and they gets pulled for a random there and don't take it and quit that job, we would then know that. Otherwise, we would have no record of that until this clearinghouse was put into place.
Very good. Thank you. Board?
No. So I made the motion to approve Tammy Van Gorp as the designated county representative for the federal DOT drug and alcohol with a stipend of $2,000
Second.
annually.
Jake?
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, Tyler. All right. 2024-9, construction evaluation. It's our master matrix. We've done this every year, and we've decided that this was a better way from a procedural standpoint to have this in place. If we run into any issues relative to hog confinements, those types of things, this is just a better approach from working with DNR than trying to take on that role ourselves as a board. So this would become the first stop in any of those types of construction evaluation projects of that nature. So any discussion, board, any desire to change or,
No.
all right. Is there a motion?
Make motion to approve resolution 2024-9.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Next, we have appointments for the 2024 compensation commissioners or the condemnation in
Yeah,
parentheses.
This goes back to Mr. Bull, where he always made us call him compensation commission. And I always deem it as condemnation. So
Yeah.
now it's the
Mhm.
compensation condemnation commission.
This
I-
would only be in the use of, eminent domain.
That's correct.
Correct.
I did, as board, I did add a few names to that for recommendation. Ryan Bailey to the agriculture property one. And then down here, Janet Nguyen for the licensed real estate. And who else did I add? Do you remember? Jake?
Anybody in green, if the number is green,
Yeah,
it would be a
green.
new.
The number is green.
You can
Jake
see that.
Crozier, I added
Oh,
Jake
yes.
Crozier, yep. Oh, sorry, yep. The ones in the green.
Jim Baker,
Mhm.
Ryan Bailey,
Number 5.
Janet Nguyen.
Yep.
Is it?
And I did, yeah,
Am I missing
Jake
one?
and
Oh,
Jake
Jake,
Crozier, yep. I spoke with all of those individuals and they're willing to serve.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Keisha, for doing that.
So what we do, if you guys, it's not on that, but every year, then we will send every one of these a letter. And then if we get responses back from the appointment letter, just like we send all appointments, we note that if they responded or not, that flows through to the next year. You are making the appointment, so I mean, unless they send us back something saying they decline, they're considered on the list when we submit this to, whoever, if judicial, or if the DOT wants it, or the sheriff to the Jason.
All right, very good.
And if the goal is to have 7 of each.
All right, board, is there a motion?
Make motion to approve the compensation condemnation commissioners.
Second,
Jake?
McCombs,
aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
Resolution 2024-10, medical examiner, deputy medical examiners. Kim, we had a resignation, didn't we?
To retire.
Yes, or no, retirement, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. McKeever has retired after many, many years in this role. And I believe Dr. Remington will be taking, with your appointment, would be taking the place of the medical examiner with deputy medical examiners of Dr. Eartham and Dr. Lensing.
Well, very good. And we just want to just say something, for Dr. McKeever, his service to Marion County all these years in this role. I mean, it's the true heart of public service for what he has done. So really appreciate it. We probably should have something a little more formal later on in a subsequent meeting, but
I would agree with that.
yeah,
He's,
absolutely.
yeah, he's done it for many, many years and served well.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I don't know if it's like close to 60 years or something. It's a long time. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
so-
been in that role since I got here at least. So that's,
Yeah.
since God made
He's been
Jared.
doing it a long time.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he has.
appreciate
So-
his faithfulness.
They just had their annual conference and he was recognized up there for the length of time and stuff on it, received it was like a lifetime award in regards to it. So very, very appreciative for that.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Jason. Or, what's that? That's all right. Well, something we should do as a board and as a county to appreciate or recognize his service to the citizens of Marion County as well. Board, any discussion on this resolution?
I'll make a motion, we approve resolution 2024-10.
I'll second.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
All right, 2024-11, Central Iowa Regional Housing Authority appointments right now. That is
That's Craig.
Craig.
Craig
And I-
Egan. And who's our alternate? Is
Me.
that you?
Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
I did speak with Craig again. He is more than happy to serve if the board is wanting that, so he
Okay.
enjoys doing that.
Keisha, you still willing to be the alternate?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so we have a,
I'll make the motion to, to approve Craig Egan as for 2024-11. Do we have him on this or just,
I don't,
so representative would be Craig and then
Right.
me as alternate, yes.
right, so we have a motion for Craig Egan to be the representative, Keisha Johnner to be the alternate, resolution 2024-11. I'll second it.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
aye,
Ramey.
Aye. All right, thank you. 2024-12 is our Central Iowa Regional Transportation Planning Alliance appointments. We got Steve, Tyler, Jay.
Yep.
Any changes, Steve?
no, I'm happy to serve.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve resolution 2024-12.
All right.
Second?
Jake?
McCombs,
Aye,
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
2024-13 Central Iowa Cedar Creek Watershed appointments. We got Steve and Tyler. Steve? This one
Aye.
meets a lot, right?
well, I'm not even sure that they're even functional anymore. We haven't had a meeting for a couple years, year. They were struggling with finances and they had joined a larger group area, so I'm not even sure that any funding's even coming down our way anymore. So it's kind of in limbo.
Okay, so is
But
it,
I'm willing to stay on it
All right.
till such time as they tell me it's defunct.
okay. Tyler, you good with this?
Yeah, I'm good. It could come back, if it was funded.
Okay,
We left it in the agenda, included it and left it in the draft to you guys just because of the somewhat uncertainty, but we felt it was better to make the appointment and then not use it. and
Yeah.
Have to come back.
until we get official notification that it
Right.
no longer is a board.
We generally
Yeah.
list this on our annual insurance renewal as well. This is one of them that we continue to list until told differently.
Okay, very good. All right, is there a motion?
Make motion to approve resolution 2024-13.
Second,
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
aye,
All right, we've got our various boards and commissions is the next item. I'm not,
Did you guys get I put in the sheet, the paper sheet, a little bit later, so if it's out of order, I apologize for that.
okay.
So
what do we got?
our method here has been the last few years, and hopefully it works. If it works, okay. Did you find it, Steve?
I put it in this packet.
You guys both have it?
I have it.
Yeah,
He
Mark.
has it. It's just gotta find it. here real
no,
quick.
I don't need to look at it. I'm
Are
more
you-
than,
It's on
I'm
the
more than
board as
happy,
well.
I'm more than happy to leave
Okay.
things the way they are because I'm used to it.
Yeah, I'm in the
Okay,
same
so-
position, except for one. I'm going to give an opportunity for somebody to do mental health.
That's, I mean,
Unless nobody wants to take the
No.
opportunity.
I'm out of this, so.
I do have one question for you, because I do know, on the list, we do have the Prairie Ridge Subdivision Review Committee, and I'm fine serving that, but do we need to add the VA? Do you do this?
I do the VA. I mean, we
We-
can put
we
that
can
as
do
a
whatever you
formal
wanna do on this.
board.
It's
Yeah,
whatever, it's just what we have. the
that's
Prairie
actually,
Ridge.
a good addition. Yeah,
And then I wanted to remind the board that, due to the reorganization, Fifth Judicial is no longer, Board of Supervisors overseeing.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we had this created, Keisha sent that, and I just said, you guys can just maybe remove that from this, so 50.
so let's do this first then, Jake, just for good order. Is Fifth Judicial? Let me look here.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's, is
And,
it on
and I
here?
we can create the whole list and then you can.
I don't think, I
approve.
think we took it off.
All
I
right,
think we
so
took
it's
it
not
off.
on here. So we.
It's
so-
on the
Just wanted-
board up here. We
Oh.
left it up there
Oh, you left it up there. Okay.
because of that.
All right, so let's do this, then let's somebody make a motion to amend and delete Fifth Judicial, since I'll use this one as our official document up here, and add the VA Subdivision Review Committee.
Yeah, so I'll make the motion of the removal of Fifth Judicial and we're going to add the VA subdivision review committee.
Second.
We have Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Just gotta go through the. Yeah. Yep.
So
And
Steve-
historically, this is what you were in 2023, or what each of the responsibilities were. You guys can.
So we're good with all of these. Steve's good with his. I think Keisha, you're good with
Do you-
yours.
Do we, I was just gonna ask, and maybe Mark, you would know this, does Aging Resources of Central Iowa, do they still meet or do they,
Somebody
what's-
else can do
uh,
that if they want to.
what is?
So I think we reviewed that a couple years ago, and then we made those appointments again. I think, there's something coming later. Number 26 has that, Martha Dykstra's name on there. And actually, I think, we put Martha's on there because that's what it was. And I think maybe Judy Van Holzen was also on it. Is that right?
It's, yeah.
So,
Rachel, yeah, that's.
oh,
the-
Rachel. Okay,
Right.
so we were,
There's the supervisor side of it or something. I don't remember. I just wondered how that worked
I believe we,
because Knoxville receives Aging Resources funding. Is that correct?
The city.
The city, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because for senior nutrition, which was our primary connection with them, we separated that out years ago when we changed senior nutrition. So they're not really involved with us per se anymore. They don't like that, but that's okay.
I just wasn't for sure because I was like, I didn't know. So,
All right,
Otherwise,
anything
yeah.
else?
nope, that was my only question. So
All right, does anybody want to do mental health?
you sound like.
came back to it.
No.
You're all shaved and showered and shampooed and you're feeling kind of spunky, Steve. Mental health is going to go through, so I've been doing mental health since I took this from Jim Kingery, I think in my second year. And it has gone through tremendous changes. Again, we've now, with the Dallas County folks, Heartland, Heartland is administering mental health. It's going to go through more changes. We're in the middle of a legal action with the property. I am more than happy to stay on it and see that through and get that done. We'll see what happens with that, but
I
I'm
mean, personally,
I'm
yeah, I
presenting
would-
an opportunity for people to grow in an area and learn.
I
Just-
think you're doing a fine job. Since you're familiar with it, I think you ought to stay with it.
With the legality issue, I mean, you.
I'm gonna go
doing-
see IPERS.
Just a quick quick question, Chairman Ramey, in
Yes.
regards to like Ray Caius now with all the mental health stuff at the jail and that, would it be worthwhile for him to attend with you? Or does the appointment need to be a Board of Supervisors member, or is it a delegate of that? Or
So-
how
so-
does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. Right now, it would be a Board of Supervisor member.
Okay,
Now, that may change coming up because the context of the boards have changed relative to the changes that the state made in the law. So right now, we would need a member because the cross board still is functioning as an oversight board. We'll see what happens by next year.
with his involvement, just obviously
He
with
can certainly
everything.
come to the meeting, Jason. The meeting is a public meeting. We've got several Marion County representatives that come. Well, Rachel used to be Marion County, now she's Dallas County. But yeah, certainly welcome to come to any meeting.
And what days are those?
We haven't set them yet.
Okay,
So
I'll encourage
we'll go
him
through the
to,
same process we're going through here for the mental health board, and we'll set dates and do all that.
all right, I'll encourage him to attend also. Thanks.
Thank you. And I'm also not hearing any takers from the Board of Supervisors. So
Hey, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take Aging Resources of Central Iowa if you'll
Yeah.
stay on being,
gee, it's all yours.
there you go.
Feel like I'm trading like football cards.
Right, exactly.
give you a
Well,
prime
at
target.
this time, I mean, with the judicial being gone, I'm willing to step up
All
and
right,
take another
all
one.
right.
So.
Keisha's got Aging Resources. Steve, you good with yours?
Yes.
And Keisha, you good with the rest of
Yep,
yours?
Yep.
All right. So with that change, Jake, with Keisha going on to Aging Resources with the amendments we've made, I think we're ready to approve. assignments. Is there a motion, board?
Make motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Marion County Floodplain Administrator, Tyler?
Yeah, so similarly, I would make a recommendation to appoint Brian Hatch with the $2,000 a year stipend for this. Honestly, this really has very little impact to secondary roads. Most of the work that's permitted through the floodplain administrator is outside of the secondary road right of way. You know, Steve, you're familiar with what work is there, but occasionally we permit our own work, after DNR review, but that's fairly seldom, because generally our projects aren't that large. So a lot of the work that we do here, or this position does, is outside of the county right of way and is in line with development or construction of private property. So again, I make that recommendation. Brian and Tammy Brian does a fantastic job here, like Tammy does with the CDL administering. So I would make that recommendation for the stipend and to appoint Brian.
Got a question, yeah. How much work is with the floodplain
It
administration?
depends. Some years it's quite a bit, other years it's not so much. It just depends on how, if there's a lot of construction in the floodplain or development, a lot of the review is fairly straightforward, because they have to get a DNR permit first. And then we use the information from that. Or it's directing folks in the right direction on how and when to obtain a permit.
Yeah, it can be quite
It-
time consuming if there's mitigation involved.
Yeah, and honestly, the last few years have been quite time consuming because if you remember, gosh, it's probably been 7, 8 years ago, we took on kind of a project as a county through multiple departments, through emergency management, environmental health, zoning, for what we called the river cabins.
Mhm.
And that was fairly time consuming. And I think there's maybe one outstanding there yet that has some work to be done on our end as far as the floodplain administrator side. But that was fairly time consuming. But generally, Keisha, no, it's not super time consuming, but does require some training. There's been 1 to 2 trainings per year, and Brian and I both typically attend those.
So would that be moving something to his plate versus yours, or you're going to
He's
continue?
generally doing it now. He's doing the legwork of it. Yeah, and that's why I felt like making this recommendation. He's the one doing the work, has the most knowledgeable about it, and it services things outside of the right of way, which generally we're not to spend money on, and that's why I made the recommendation for the stipend as well.
And we would just have the same questions we had on the previous one, the same procedures on where's it coming from, general fund, non-departmental, and chart of account number, things like that through HR. Same thing as the prior.
Yeah, and it can be farmers doing work in their field or building a home in the floodplain. The gamut of what is permitted varies drastically. Well, it could be a road or bridge project as well. But more likely it's work on private property.
What are other counties doing on this, Tyler?
On this, it varies. There are a few county engineers. There are some outside a lot of outside the department appointments, zoning or otherwise. I don't have the numbers on how many and where.
Yeah.
I
But
just
so-
didn't know.
Or
That-
they hire an outside source. to
So-
do.
So when
Yeah.
we do these things, and Steve, I mean, we have to be a little careful about stipending ourselves. In- Are these functions truly distinct from the job that we've hired the individual to do? And I think so we just got to be really clear that if this responsibility is truly distinct from Brian's job, in what he does currently for the citizens of Marion County, it makes sense. It's a lot like Steve Edwards being the ADA guy. Steve is our conservation director, and we're asking him to certify on a federal compliance issue that has absolutely nothing to do with his work running all of our parks and cabins. So that makes sense to me. So is that your view, Tyler, that this is distinct from Brian's current role?
It definitely is, you know, we don't generally work outside of the right of way
Right.
on anything as a department.
Okay,
Yeah.
And the work being done here is administration of a permit via the DNR's requirements and associated ordinances that that the county has adopted.
okay,
Yeah,
and-
most, a lot of that, it will be on private property, which we would not normally get involved in, but we're required to have a floodplain administrator.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
No, that's good.
what I need.
information.
That's
Yep.
what I need. We just have to, like I said, we got to be careful about these types of changes that we've done. And Jake, I would do it the same way again in this one, just to keep it consistent. All right. Is there a motion, board, or any additional discussion?
But I agree with you, Mark. I think it is something
Mhm.
that we don't want it to be, every category has now become,
There are
You
so
know.
many exceptions that we could
Right.
have everybody with a stipend for some
Yeah.
type of role that they do,
Exactly.
and suddenly the budget's blown.
yeah, I'll make the motion to appoint Brian Hatch as the 2024 Marion County Floodplain Administrator.
Second.
$2,000.
$2,000 annually?
Yep.
Okay. Steve, was that second?
Yeah, second.
Jake?
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
All right, very
Thank
good. Tyler, thank you.
Thank you, Tyler.
Marion County Memorial Hall Commissioner appointments. We've got the list. Everybody got the list? It's up on the board as well.
So
Okay.
this is
Oh, they are.
a listing of, we just have been doing it as a whole, each annual organizational meeting. And this is the information to the best of our knowledge.
Right. I noticed we have one vacancy. Probably it's been vacant for a while, hasn't it, Jake?
I believe so.
Okay. All right.
They apply,
Board?
so, yeah, no problem with that.
Steve?
No, I'm okay with that.
All right. Is there a motion to approve these appointments?
Make motion to approve the Marion County Memorial Hall Commissioners. Knoxville.
Second.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Thank you. Pioneer Cemetery Commissioner appointments. We have one highlighted.
So again, this is kind of just taking the whole group. They, this group is a very active group. They meet about half, excuse me, 6 times a year at least, send minutes, all those things. They had reached out to, and they have kind of been finding their own replacements and appointment type things. And then we presented to the board as a follow-up to their efforts. They had reached out to Marla Suter to be appointed for the next round. I believe some of it was on, and the name is I'm drawing a blank on who it was before. To come on this commission. We reached out to Val Lincoten. I don't think we heard during the holidays. So I guess it was felt that we make this appointment, and if we need to make an adjustment down the road, we can. But this is our, what, to the best of our ability, the commission before you and as proposed.
Okay. All right, very
I
good.
have no problem with that.
Board,
Nope.
Good.
No problem.
is there a motion?
Make motion to approve Marion County Pioneer Seminary Commissioners.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye. Next, Resolution 2024-14, which is our mileage reimbursement rate. We've got 67 cents
it's,
because it went up. I don't know why, but it went up.
playing catch up, I guess. I'm not sure. I think Lisa found this too, but we just go out to the website, the IRS website, and we pull what they do.
Yeah, no, I
We
was
don't-
gonna say, that's what I'm referring is
Yeah.
that the federal government raised it, and this was within the last, I think the last month. They
Yeah,
raised that
it's always,
reimbursement
they were
rate.
actually early this year. Generally, we're waiting until right at the
Mhm.
end of the year, like literally before this meeting. And it was out a couple weeks earlier than normal this year. And we moved it several years ago to January. That was better for the employees. We maybe don't have as many as we used to, but if they're claiming mileage. It was way better to do this in January when the IRS makes the change than when we used to do several years back in July. So that's why we're doing it.
And we still have how many county vehicles that employees can use? Do we know? What's our fleet?
I don't have an overall number between all the departments. I mean.
Kim, I didn't,
7.
okay. And are we still making an effort to use those vehicles for county business when staff is using, I mean, I get it. Sometimes that's not a possibility, but I mean, are we making every best effort to utilize those county vehicles? Okay, I'm raising that because when you start getting a mileage rate that continues to increase, it's going to be more cost effective to use the vehicles we have instead of charging mileage.
Yeah, we only,
Mark. Sorry, Mark, this is Missy, and I mean, unless something's set up between another department, I don't have access to a county vehicle, so I have to use mine.
I don't know how well, we need to think about that a little bit. We'll make a note of how to make.
Log of 92 with John Queen Robert.
Excuse me, I would be the same way as Missy. I use my personal vehicle because I don't have access to any other vehicles.
All right, well, let's
So
figure
the
out
health-
how to do that.
the health department has more vehicles than what we routinely use now because we use them very extensively when we had a lot of clinics.
Yeah,
And so we have 3 cars and 2 vans, and then our environmental health vehicles. And so if another employee needs to use one of them, give us a call and sign up to use them. Because otherwise they're just kind of sitting in the garage.
Well, and yeah, depending upon, I don't know if you use all of the, I know you said you didn't, but I mean, I didn't know if there is one that we consider, because I know that like the assessors, they keep their vehicle out here now. But I mean, if there's opportunity, you know, and we need to.
I
do
think it'd be a good thing
department
to,
trained, you know,
that they don't just sit.
yeah, we just probably need to be a little better at putting it on something that employees can see and say that, is there one available? If there is that a better option?
Yeah.
That's really all I'm saying. I get it. Sometimes conditions warrant you have to
I-
take your own, got it. But we've got these vehicles, we might as well utilize them.
Yeah, really, if they call our front desk, she can, if they say, hey, I need a vehicle on Tuesday, she'll line them up.
Well, we'll work on
Yeah.
making that more transparent to everybody. Kim, thank you. What about this mileage rate change? Board, any discussion?
Yeah, I mean, it has gone up, and obviously it's gone up, you know, in the last 5 years that I've going on 6 now on the board. But it is nice to keep it consistent with the federal. I think it's just so people know.
And it's better to stay consistent with what the feds are saying than create your own. But if we are going to have vehicles, we really need to start thinking about that utilization rate of those vehicles. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to have them. You should just sell those, dump them, whatever cash you could get. And then we'd have to, if that keeps going up, monitoring what those reimbursement rates are. Because is all travel essential? So then you get to another side that the corporate world does, which is you approve certain travel, right? Right now, we don't really have a formal process for that. So just something to keep in mind as that rate continues to climb, but I have no problem staying consistent. Steve?
No, I have no problem with it.
All right, is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Make motion to approve resolution 2024-14.
Second,
McCombs,
aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
All right. Aging Resources of Central Iowa Advisory Council, we just talked about this.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to kind of circle back to this, and I don't mean to jump into this game, but we did, when we were working on this draft and getting this together, we were only thinking about this one appointment because that was kind of what was on our radar, but we did also then run across, and Kim can help, and I don't mean to throw her on the spot on this, but if I can read the listing that we found at a later date for aging resources, Martha Dykstra was a term that was, I think, a recent appointment, and ending in 23. And then we had Judy Van Halsen. We had Judy Van Halsen also listed to the advisory council. And in that term, we actually did show as ending this year. Yeah, so if maybe we can include that if needed. And then we had the board of supervisor designated as aging resource, and I think maybe they'd reached out this year for some participation. I'm not sure about that. And then the fourth one we had was Rachel Cecil on actual aging resources. So we have advisory council for Martha and Judy, and then the aging resources board of directors for the board of supervisor, and it's been Mark and Rachel Cecil, if that's consistent with what people,
And
that's
that's
a list we
interesting
ran
that it's
across.
3 years and then 2 years in our
Yeah.
packet.
Yeah, it's
Why aren't we
always-
just doing that yearly?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we kind of want to do, is just do an annual with you guys. And whatever, all of these can be adjusted down the road. We
Well,
ran across that, so.
Yeah, well, Rachel's
Do
no
whatever you
longer a
want.
Marion County employee, so we should amend that anyway. I mean, I love Rachel.
Yeah, I don't know,
Rachel's
yeah, and I
great,
don't know the requirement of that.
But
on
we should
this.
have a Marion County employee on that term, and then obviously Keisha, you'll be on there instead of me. I
And
don't know
it
if
can
there's
sure
any-
wait down the road.
Secondary?
It can sure
Is
wait
that
down the
what- or
road on.
Did she, I mean, was it typical that both the supervisor or the directors, there's 2 directors?
Yeah, it's just the way it's always been set up.
Yeah, it's a
So-
little. It
so-
hasn't, I don't know, it's been.
So
very-
why, can we,
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do
let's
whatever you want.
do our appointment, and then let's think about how
That's
that
fine.
should be structured.
Yeah, I
Otherwise,
just,
we're gonna spend a lot of time we already have made the change with Keisha.
Yep.
Which, that's good. We do need to think about if there needs to be another one replacing Rachel.
Yeah, that's fine. I just, we'd kind of set it up this way and then kind of ran across this end of.
Yeah, that's what I would do. All right. So we have Martha Dykstra is on the agenda for
Okay.
the advisory council.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't have a problem with Martha either.
Is there a motion?
Make motion to approve Aging Resources Advisory Council, Martha Dykstra.
Second,
Ramey,
Aye?
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
aye.
Very good. Thank you. And we'll make a note to kind of clean this up, Jake. 2024-15 precinct election official compensation. Jake?
Okay, so this is actually from our office. It's going to be an annual request. It's a new requirement. So I'm not asking for any increase for our precinct election officials' pay rates. This is going to be an annual request. We now have on federal elections, when we do our post-election audit and certification, we have to provide a current resolution of Board of Supervisor approval of pay rate for our precinct election officials. So we've just decided it would be best practice to update this once a year, so we have it approved. If you'd want to do an increase in their hourly rate, that would be great sometime. And after we do 2024, they may require, the precinct election officials may ask for double. So.
It hasn't paid, Jake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, this is the same rate as what you had approved last year, the $12 per hour for the precinct election official chair. $10 an hour for the regular precinct election officials. We will now have this a requirement satisfied for certification to the state and to the Auditor of State's office. It is should be noted that these precinct election officials are quote unquote state employees on election day for liability purposes if there's an injury or an incident or something like that. And they work 14 to 16-hour days under high pressure, and we greatly appreciate them.
They do a wonderful job. We appreciate their service. Jake, what about other counties? Are we in line?
We're in line. Some have gone to a standard flat rate. So, like $300 a day or something like that. Some, not very many counties do split shifts. It just doesn't work for transition. People show up, takes twice as many people, but they'll do a half a day rate or a full day rate. some do a little bit higher, hourly rates, up to 15.
Well,
Um,
as the auditor and the person that runs our elections,
mhm.
what do you recommend?
Well, I would love them to make to more money. These people are dedicated. They don't act, most of these folks don't actually do it for the money. They do it for the service. Um, it's over I mean, so this flows through to every special election, every city school, those types of things. We hire, on election day, we have 120 out in the sites on a big, like this fall. We'll have two. We'll have one in June and one in November, but we'll have about 120 out at our polling sites, and then we'll have anywhere from 20 to 30 in the absentee board, especially for this year. You know, we're expecting in the fall over 10,000 absentees.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have quite a few in the primary as well. So, I mean, it does add up into some money, but if you would, I mean, this money does come out of the general fund, but if you would want to show a good thank you and increase this by 50 cents or something like that would be really great for these folks. So it's up to you. We didn't ask for it, but definitely would be a wonderful gesture.
So you mean going to 1250 and 1050
Yep.
for each position?
Yeah, and I don't have the math in front of me. You know, it's like between $10,000 and $15,000 for all sites.
Yeah.
You know, for that day for all the officials. So
Well,
I mean,
Jake, I don't
it's
have any.
taxpayer money.
Yeah, it's
It's
taxpayer,
taxpayer money.
it's
and it comes out of
taxpayer
general
money,
supplemental fund.
but it's going to citizens taking their time to perform the essential function of democracy.
Right.
So I don't have any problem helping people and thanking them for their time to do that. So 50 cents is not an issue for me. I don't know, Keisha, Steve?
It would be appreciated. I mean, it is only used during an official election. I mean, it's not like it's used any other time.
Are you
Right.
having a hard time filling those spots?
The question was, do we have a hard time filling the spots? And I want to say no and yes. They tend to go out and find people that are available, that have interest and can work. We always want new people to sign up. Our new website has the ability to sign up through our new website, Secretary of State. So we're always getting new names, and we would always encourage people to fill out those forms and send it to us. We're always looking
It's
to
good
add
to
to
know,
our
'cause I didn't
list.
know that's how you could
Yeah.
do that.
Yep,
you know.
Secretary of
Time to
State's
time,
website
people ask.
or our site, and just give us a call.
Okay.
Generally, there's more interest now. We're getting more phone calls now. So the answer is, we're always looking to add to our list. Just because somebody turns in one of those questionnaires or expresses interest doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to work election day. There is trainings ahead of time, depending on which election, maybe one, maybe two, maybe three trainings. So we are always looking to add to our list.
Board?
I'm fine with the 1250 and the 1050.
Mm.
Motion.
Me also.
Okay, so Keisha, you're making a motion
Yep.
to approve the resolution amending to 1250 and 1050 per position.
Correct, yep. Make that motion.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Very good. Thank you. And thank you to all those who do this.
Yes.
2024-16, credit card authorization credit limits. Jake, any changes to this or?
Yeah, I believe so. Just let me catch up with you just one second here. I got.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, I got a little distracted. My bad. All right, so this is I don't know that we've done this on our annual meeting before, but just internal discussion and discussion received from Marion County Bank. We thought maybe this would be really good to do on an annual basis. Again, this can be changed at any point, and any department can request for increases, decreases, or additions throughout the year. But it's from a paperwork standpoint and from the bank standpoint, if we could do this once a year as this resolution, we think this would be a good practice moving forward. Let me see if I think there was,
And
I think maybe we had an increase. Tyler asked for a couple increases, and just because this is a bigger number it's like allowing it to go up to that amount, and I can't even remember exactly what it was.
I mean,
Tyler's
the,
on board, so.
so everybody understands, these authorization limits are just saying that you can use these cards up to that amount.
Correct.
Within the context of your budget.
Absolutely.
So
All
it's
the,
not going beyond whatever the approved budget is.
yeah, all the documentation, required for the, you know, the invoices and all that stuff when it gets paid is all the same. This is
Yes.
kind of like Michaela's, or like the county's depository.
It's similar. yes.
Similar, you know, it's not to exceed, and this is a not to exceed, and the numbers have obviously increased over the years because stuff just costs more. And
Yep.
if you're doing a bigger purchase, a furniture purchase or something like that, that may be several $1,000s. So we have had a couple of people bump or get into, you know, into their range at some point where they needed to increase or something like that. But I don't think there's much increase. Maybe Tyler was in.
Yeah, I think, you know, that was our justification for requesting an increase from 5,000 to 20,000 is because, you know, we're looking for cheaper alternatives than just going to our typical vendors and making purchases and them sending us an invoice. When we find something cheaper online, and we're able to spend $3,500 on a radiator versus 5,000, we're gonna take advantage of that. And we're finding that more and more frequently, and $5,000 just doesn't go very far
Right.
anymore. And with more and more, you know, encouraging our shop supervisor and our foreman to do that, we are having more and more online purchases. It does create a little bit more challenges in the accounting, you know,
Yes, it does.
tracking everything is a little more complicated. We'd rather not use the credit card,
Yeah.
but we also want to be conscientious of the
But
dollars. we're
It's
But
easier
we
for
don't-
departments to do invoicing, that type of thing,
Yeah.
as opposed to putting on it. So
Sure.
departments do try and do that as much as possible.
But we don't carry balances though, correct?
No,
No.
no, there's a
So
policy
that's
against
the
that.
main issue. We don't carry any balance because
No,
Michaela's trying to generate interest income for us. And if we're carrying balances, we're defeating what she's trying to do.
yeah, no, it has to be paid off. The timing of some of the invoices causes issues sometimes for our claims. So that becomes problematic. But
Okay.
no, there's no carrying of a balance.
Okay, all right.
And the auditor's office does a very good job of letting us know if the bill is due during a claim. Danny will go in and actually send us our bill before we actually get it. So they do a great job of monitoring that for all of us.
Okay. All right.
So
good.
just so you know that.
All right.
Jason? Hey, would it be fair to say that we could remove Patrick from this list? Didn't he retire?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
We could probably remove him.
I think generally, on the
Or does
reserve,
it
and
make a
maybe
difference?
maybe we missed that one. It's generally the person that's in charge.
I'll do the new
Charge.
updated one. They just had the election. So he retired and I'll give you the new list, Jake.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we need to?
Do we need to amend?
Yeah.
I
or
mean,
do we
is
need
he
to-
retired?
Why don't
off
we just
the-
take the name
Yeah.
off?
Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll-
if you take
so
off
what-
just the name and just
so
put
what
Marion
do you
County
approve?
Reserve Board, I would just put board and then I can give
Yeah.
Jake the names of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
elected
think they have to
officials.
do something themselves.
So what are we saying? You want a reserve board limit?
Yeah,
I would just.
I think so. I think
Yes,
that'd be easier.
I
Is
agree
Is
with
that
Steve.
$1,000, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, anything more than that, they usually come to us anyway. What a lot of times it's for is, I mean, for nationals. I mean, if they run pick up water or drinks or something along those lines, that's what it's for. So I would just put it as board, just leave it as Marion County Reserve
Okay.
Board members.
Okay, so what we're doing is then, if you see the list on your screen, the last, or not the last, we've got 3 right here. We're gonna take those off
Yep.
and say that there is a $1,000 maximum credit card for the Marion County Sheriff Reserve Board.
Actually, if you want, what would even make it the easiest, put president, vice president, and secretary.
How about, let's do the way
Okay.
I just said.
All
make it
right.
easier.
All right, whatever you want. I was just gonna say that would limit it to less people, but
This is the board, I mean, you call them reserves, otherwise then you have your president, like you said.
They're part
Vice
of it.
they are
Yeah.
part of the reserves. So we have an election where you have a president,
Sure,
vice.
it's not the whole board thinks that they all get a credit card.
No,
Okay.
no.
The reserves have their own budget
Yeah.
as well. They have their own department.
Okay. Anything else we need to change or amend? Board, any discussion on the limits outside of the reserve board?
No.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, So I would entertain a motion to approve this resolution as amended, creating a Marion County Reserve Board limit of $1,000.
Make that motion.
Second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
Very good, thank you.
I have one other thing before we adjourn, if we can. Wanted to ask the board, I know other boards have done this, but wanted to know if we wanted to ever start our meetings out with the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know if that's been done in the past, but during the organizational meeting.
Jacob, have we ever done that? I mean, we haven't done it since I've been on the board, I know that. So I don't know if past boards, I don't think Sam did that.
I
don't know
I
who
don't
we're gonna
recall.
offend.
I don't, I don't recall if back in the beginning of my time, if they did it or not. Have no issue with it either way. Appreciate the flags being here. I'll just make sure that it meets all the legal boxes. That's my answer to everything anymore.
Boxes.
That's all my answer. Everything anymore is. just
What
make
else
sure
we
it's
do
okay
pledge
with-
allegiance to?
Major-
I think it's in our current environment, I think it is something we definitely need to think about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it can be
So-
added to the
so TJ,
PowerPoint.
can
You
we
can do whatever you want.
Let's give the board some time to think about it and bring that back up. I don't have necessarily any direct issue with that. A long time ago, they used to have Bibles on these counters too.
Yeah.
Right? Steve's right, that we have to be thinking about the world we live in. So,
I can't remember back in the very beginning. We might have.
okay,
I don't recall.
well,
It's been a while, huh?
It's-
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
so we'll
Cause
certainly
the
think
whole
about it.
furniture, How long?
Don't
it's
let us
been
forget
since-
about that, Keisha.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
fine.
thank you. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make motion, we adjourn.
Second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.